If you have trouble feeling your glutes or getting them to work in deadlifts or other hip hinge movements, here are my favorite tips to get them firing. When working on a hip hinge, we want a slightly bent knee. That's because the hamstrings cross both the hip and knee joint and attach to the lower leg. When we try to hip hinge with straight knees, it can be much easier to feel the hamstrings and not the glutes. With a bent knee, the hamstrings are not as stretched in the bottom position, and we can more effectively hinge into the hips and get the glutes working, which are big muscles that cover a shorter distance than the hamstrings and attach to the upper leg. However, we don't want to do a ton of bending with the knee, as that turns the movement more into a squat. What we want is a slight bend in the knee that allows us to keep balance over the middle of the foot through the whole movement. Then we maintain this knee angle through the hip hinge, reaching the hips behind us as far as possible without the knee traveling backwards or losing balance. Along with keeping the knee slightly bent, think about leaning your upper body forward to counterbalance yourself while you reach your hips back. You can even go to the extreme where you feel your heels lifting from leaning forward so much, because this will reinforce the need to reach your hips back. Try to hold the bottom position for 30 seconds for 2 to 3 rounds every other week for 2 weeks and feel your glutes working like never before.